What you eating?
I mean, Uncle Remus, boy, you know what that means. Always Remus. You know what I'm saying?
West Side.
Remus. You know?
Open the Remus. There you go, baby.
Remus over Harem. You know what I'm saying?
Hood Hierarchy. Live with Uncle Beats, your boy Burn Poe, aka Dada Man.
California, hey, you know, for everybody who be trying to count me out, just remember something. You can't count. See that? See that? You see them mountains? Them mountains.
Fellas, everybody listen. Don't trust these women family. Because every woman got some dude that's a family friend that been around for the longest, and the brothers will hang with you, the cousins, and they know about Derek.
Beats. Let me throw it at you. Do you know that one move could change a person's life? So let's say, for instance, your daughter goes to school and some girls calling her names, and she decides she's gonna go over and put one in their eye. She gets arrested, messes with her. Now she's not in that school anymore. They kick her out. It changed everything. So when we talk about raising kings and queens, I mean, we really got to prepare them for, you know, all those roadblocks and things that are out there. So that's what I really want to hear. But I do thank you for calling, man. I really, really appreciate hearing from you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, you hung up.
It can only be one king.
Oh,
Everybody can be a prince,
That's right.
but they can't all be the king.
it could be a lot of kings and queens.
No, it can't. It's
Well,
one
he's saying
king.
in the
I'm just a bartender.
Sage on side 1, Sunshine on side 2, and somebody on...
And you better answer it right because my brother sitting right back. Because the real one, the love comes first. But if you pick the right one, the money don't come after. I know, that's right.
It's the hood hierarchy mobcast, and it's me, Uncle Beats, in the streets like white lines on the corner like a stop sign. And it's gonna go all the way down. So if you want us to be alright, hit that like. If you care, hit that shit. If you want it, leave a comment. If you really want us out the trap, always put something on that real hierarchy cash out. So let's go.
Zeno was our biggest episode.
We in the shower. We just came from getting the Polish, extra onions. You know what I'm saying? You finna get Coach on now?
Hey,
you gonna
man.
get Coach on that hood hour?
Hey,
Yeah.
man,
You gonna put him on now?
Country's
Yeah,
already on
man.
there. I've been on there.
He need episode 2.
Episode
2.
It's your girl Naomi Javinci, and you is right here with the one and only hood hierarchy. You already know.
Oh man, look, man, OG Tulo, man, the Coke Talker Houston. You know what I'm saying? 8 times, man, dirty size, man. You know, this what it is, man. You know, rocking with my boy, Uncle Beats.
First of all, yo, salute to everybody in the building, man. This Jap City TV, y'all already know what's going on. Bandana Road, East Side Legend. I'm in this boy with Hierarchy, with my boy Uncle Beach. Y'all already know what's going on. East Side Chicago, West Side Chicago, Low End, Wild Hunters. Acknowledge me. Let's get up, man. Let's talk about it, man.
Yo, y'all, this hood hierarchy, this your girl Star with 3 R's. Y'all got it. This the best platform for the artists.
That we gonna start with the South Side, where GDs and BDs and Blackstones don't coincide. So let me be your tour guide. So when you in a certain area, you will know what that hood ride.
How you doing, Two Sweets? How you doing?
Hey.
Good to have you here. If somebody was trying to be a guest on the Gangster Chronicles, what's the qualification?
Man, just have an interesting story, man. That's how we made our name, man. We really made our name off of just having interesting people on, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, dog, I'd rather talk to an interesting person than a celebrity any day, dog.
There we go.
Any day. So if you got something interesting,
I was on the Gangster Chronicles, so I guess I'm interesting, people.
Yo, what up, people? Y'all tapped in with President Sly, Hood Hierarchy. Y'all checking out, you know what I'm saying? Unc right here. Stay tuned. Buffalo, New York in the building. Aye.
Okay, so it is what it is. I am that girl, Olivia. This is Hood Hierarchy with Uncle Beats. Make sure you guys remember to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are absolutely amazing. No matter what anybody says, you got this. Yes, life gets hard and it may knock you on your feet, but guess what? You'll jump right back up because why? Weebles wobbles, but we don't fall down.
All right, it's your boy Lil Matt. Shout out Hood Hierarchy, Uncle Beats, salute, all the way from St. Mark, Mississippi.
What's the hood? Brooklyn, New York, Tampa, Florida, Ybor City. What up?
This your boy Snap G, and you tapping in with Snap G and Uncle Beats on Hood Hierarchy Mobcast. Tune in, hit the like, hit the share. You know what I'm saying? If you don't hit the share, your front door, I will be there. Everybody to go on YouTube right quick and subscribe to Hood Hierarchy. ASAP. Subscribe to Hood Hierarchy. ASAP. Now play that music, DJ.
Hood Hierarchy, they know that's you.
Yeah, that's the
Hood Hierarchy.
That's the podcast.
Listen, give me my hat first. I need my merch. I need my Hood Hierarchy merch.
I'm gonna be there.
All right, give me my merch.
I got you.
All right, Hood Hierarchy. All right. Now I gotta shout them out because I've been asking for my merch.
I got you.
Hood Hierarchy, but you dig, like I'm in the Hood Hierarchy. You dig? I really pull up in real life, you know. But I want to salute you and give you blessings, bro, on your journey, bro, to the top. You did. Meet me up there, nigga. I see you when I get there.
And check this out, y'all. It's your boy Benzino, right? And we talking the hood or we talking Hood Hierarchy? It's my man Uncle Beats. He in the building. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, pull up. It's your boy Benzino. Holla.
Coming showing the Hood Hierarchy, the real hood. Say that now, brother.
Say it ain't so, Valley.
And what kind of day is it?
It's a new day, mother. Say it ain't so, Valley. This money's yours.
Hey, Uncle Beats, it's Maya sending you a big congratulations on your 100th episode of Hood Hierarchy.
Hey, man, it's your boy Crunchy Black, man, and you are tuned in to Hood Hierarchy.
Slowskiano, Lowski, Low, whatever you want to call me. Like, share, comment, share. Once again, share, like, especially share so your people can see it. Let your people see it. Everybody see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm signing out Hood Hierarchy.
My man, Leland Jones. Keep your game live, Jack. Stay down like 4 flat tires. The best is yet to come. Don't give up and don't give out and don't panic. You hear me? Church.
Yo, what up? This your man Cole Hardy. You watching Hood Hierarchy. You did.
Yeah. Man, shout out Hood Hierarchy, man. Y'all already know it's your boy Bodine, man. Hey, you ain't gonna get no good talk unless you come talk with my man Uncle Beats.
Hi, it's your girl Sweet Juices, and you right now is rocking with my boy Beats. You know what I'm saying? No other Hood Hierarchy. You feel me? Like straight from Inglewood, man. We go way back. I love how you rock with the city.
All right. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Let's start this over. It's the Hood Hierarchy Mobcast, and it's me, Uncle Beats, in the streets like white lines on the corner like a stop sign. If you want us to be all right, hit that like. If you care, hit that share. If you really own it, leave a comment. You want us to do well, hit that bell. You want us to survive, hit subscribe. But if you really want us out the trap, drop some on that Hood Hierarchy Cash App. It's going down. It's going all the way down. We got to talk about my guy Diddy again. It's been going down. And I got a special guest in here. So y'all just stay tuned. I'm going to run the intro. Got to run the intro. We going to come right back. We coming in swinging hard. So duck, because we swinging. Duck, duck, duck. We swinging. Hood. Hierarchy. Mob Cast. Every single episode, man, we gonna give them a little background.
I know how I feel because I done been through that 1,000 times.
Lovely ghetto you, beautiful ghetto you, sweet ghetto.
We made so much doing that. I started taking that money throwing the concerts.
It's your boy, Project Pata, Hood Hierarchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, man, if it ain't in the hood, man, it ain't on here.
Hey, this your boy Mario Cannon, man. And you rocking with Hood Hierarchy. You already know what's going down.
Team Pretty P stand up. It's a wrap. Tune in.
It's Deli Dale. And whenever I got time and I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, I don't give a damn if I'm laying in the bed with you. I'm checking out Hood Hierarchy. And it's just that simple, just that easy.
It's 7 Up, man, straight from Brooklyn. I want y'all to check my boy out, Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. Get the dopest interviews, the dopest content, the dopest platform, straight from Chi-Town, man. You know what it is, man. We representing Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. That's the highest of prestige. Get it? You already know. That's on game. You heard?
One, what's happening? It's the one and only HD president, Mr. Bow Bow Bow. This is Hood Hierarchy checking in. I'm signing out. HD4, bow, bow, bow.
That's right. It's the highest of prestige in the building. Glad to be here. It's the week we've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the Diddy trial, and I was on a podcast earlier talking about it. So I'm glad to give my insight, get y'all insight. So y'all get in the comments, drop your hood, drop your city, drop your state. Let us know what you think. I'm gonna bring my guest in because I had to wait long enough. We got an international guest today too. So y'all give it up for our guest, the one and only from Sipping Tea with Sentiment, Alicia Sentiment in the building.
What up, what up, what up?
What's up, homie? What's up? Don't like how that look. Y'all forgive me. Forgive me. I don't like how that looks. Change that. I'm not echoing. I am echoing. Everybody just hanging there. Hold on, y'all. Do I like that? Do I like that? Yeah, I like that. I like that. There we go, y'all. There we go. We're going to do it like that, y'all. We're going to do it like that. How you doing today?
I've been great.
Great. So, you are. Oh, no, I don't know why I'm getting echo. I'm sorry. Don't hate me, y'all.
It's all good.
Let me fix this, people. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, give me 1 second. I know y'all not ghetto. Yo. Am I still echoing, y'all? I am. We just gonna rock with it. Y'all ain't saying it's too bad. If y'all saying it's too bad. Welcome to Hood Hierarchy, Alicia Sentiment. We glad you in the building.
Thanks for having me.
To anybody, if this is your first time here, because you've been under a rock or you've been smoking a rock, this is how it goes. I have to check in with the street because the streets is who make us. So if you see me saying what's up to the streets that's reading the comments, I'm not being rude to our guests. Who we got in the building, speaking of our guests? We got the one and only Corey Coconut right in the building. Salute to the top dog. We got Boogie Flavors in the building. Trey Boogie, the headquarters. The echo is killing us. We gonna try and fix it. Hold on. Big Six, Nike Davis in the building. I don't know why we echoing. They saying it's a bad echo. Can you mute something over there? Turn something down. Let me see. How did that sound? See? I'm not echoing now. Say something though.
It's like I gotta turn my mic off when you're talking for the echo not to happen.
Okay. Echo. It's back.
Yeah.
See if you can turn your mic down some. Go into settings and put on echo cancellation.
I don't even know what that is.
You see a button say settings? And then go to microphone if you see that.
Oh, okay.
I'm stopping that echo, Coconut.
Is that better?
Sound better. There y'all go. Echo or stop. Show body in the building. Us Before Me podcast. The OGs and Young Gods podcast. It's on the way back. So y'all stay tuned. Salute. So, before we get into your business, because we're going to get into your business, like I said, y'all, she's from out the country. But I don't even want to say what country she's from yet, just so y'all could see the similarities within the countries, because she know what's going on. So with that being said, I got to ask you, Alicia,
Yeah.
did he do it or didn't he do it is what I want to know.
That's a good question. I feel like we knew from time there was something off about Diddy and Cassie's relationship. We just didn't know the details of it. So, are you talking about Diddy?
Yeah, we talking about Diddy.
Diddy, yeah. So now finding out all of this stuff, it's really just a matter of I feel like he's guilty of something. I just don't know what. Like you can't do and me personally, I just like if I'm gonna be transparent, I would want him to go down for Pac and Biggie. So I don't really care what he goes down for. I just feel like he should go down for that if nothing else. So if they gotta get him in some way, shape, or form, racketeering, whatever you want to call it, it is what it is.
Even the defense is saying he might be guilty of domestic, but he's not
Right.
guilty of racketeering that they trying to
Right.
charge him with. I mean his own
So I was
team.
going to send you a screenshot of something because I was looking at the exact charges. So it's one of them is racketeering, the
Right.
next one is human trafficking, and then the other one is paying for prostitution, basically.
Paying for
So
prostitution. I didn't even know that was
yeah,
a federal crime. So I
yeah,
thought now is it promoting prostitution? Because promoting prostitution is pimping.
right.
So if it's promoting
Like I'm
prostitution,
probably like paraphrasing it, but it's something to do with the prostitution and
exactly.
those male escorts. So that's the big deal. It's the male escorts that he has in this is the illegal aspect because they're in a different country. So that's where it becomes the human trafficking is not necessarily Cassie. It and what I'm interpreting it now that after we spoke and I went and looked back at it, I think it's the escorts that are considered the people that are being trafficked because
So
they
are
were being paid.
you telling me that he's facing life in prison for purchasing dingaling for his girlfriend?
I mean, in layman's terms, but yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, all it takes is one person. Like, you could do this as we've seen for years, but all it takes is one person to blow the whistle, where a lot of the stuff that we're doing on that, it's easy to judge, but to be realistic, a lot of the stuff that all of us are doing on a regular basis, we could probably go to jail for it if they actually looked into the specifics. So it's really, like we were saying, I believe that Diddy wanted to sue the liquor company, and they said, okay, we're gonna do to you essentially what you were trying to do us. I'm gonna get you before you get me. I feel like he forgot that he had skeletons in his closet, and that you can be a powerful black man, but again, you're American. What's a powerful black man to a powerful white man? So they basically wanted to son him, boy him, whatever, and put him back in his place. That's what I feel it is.
That's definitely what I suspect. Let me ask you this: have you ever been to a Diddy party before?
No.
For real?
I've been to Diddy like parties, but I've never been to a Diddy's party
I
specifically.
gotta show y'all a Diddy party. I have fun
Okay.
showing it. Here's me at a Diddy party. Now I'm just showing that because I wanted people to see. I had to manipulate the sound because we on
Can you
YouTube.
turn your volume up just a little bit?
You can't hear
Can't
me.
really hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. I had to manipulate the sound just because we on YouTube. But
Okay.
look at everybody's party and what that was his last birthday party. It was all type of celebrities there. Everybody's kicking it. Everybody's drinking that De Leon, Ciroc, whatever he giving away free. That's all he ever did was throw good parties. So what I'm saying is, are y'all telling me he left that party and went and pee-peed on somebody? Is that what y'all telling me? Is that what he did?
Yeah, even like because I read Cassie's civil lawsuit, and all 35 pages of it was like a horror story. And on her, it was her 29th birthday, like, he threw a party for her, and then made her leave her own party so that they could go do freak offs. And that, the redhead girl, the songwriter, Red, I think it is. There was witnesses that were saying like Cassie did not want to leave, and she was just like, "Who the hell throws a party?" And then, yeah, I need you to leave your own birthday party so you can go get pissed in your mouth. Like, I believe that there was a willing aspect of Cassie to a certain degree, but there are some things I don't really believe people want to do. I think you might like getting pissed on. Okay, cool. Because Young Miami says she's with that shit. But to go so far to get pissed in your mouth, that is simply an act of trying to please your
Do you,
partner. There's
do,
nothing in it for you specifically. So
what
I feel like, pardon me?
you think she said? Hey, y'all can piss on me now. Watch the mouth and the hair now. That's what.
Yeah. Like,
That's what I
I've,
gotta.
had,
I don't like to piss for.
absolutely. I've had encounters where I'm like, where should I finish? Anywhere but my face. Like, if you do anything on my face, we're scrapping till the day that I die. So if you decide to violate me in that way, now it becomes like, this is not consensual.
Now you
There's
just
things that
made
I
a good
consent.
point. Since you put it out there, I'm gonna say this. It's came
Yeah.
across my desk more than once. Some people want you to put it on their face. They want to
Yeah.
have it the other way. Some people love it.
Absolutely.
Some people want to taste it, and some people don't want nothing to do with it. So it's just
Right.
like all this. Is this a reason for this man to be in jail, people? That's what I'm asking y'all. Is this a reason for him
Yes,
to?
because this isn't just a one specific isolated, oh, he's going to jail because he made it. No, this is an accumulation of a monster that has gone on for too long that feels like he's invincible. So, like you said, they're going to stick every charge possible so that at least something can stick, because from he threw that party at Howard or whatever and how many people died, he should have went to jail for that, but his mommy helped him and he had a good lawyer team and whatever, so he got off. So to me, it's like it's the same shit with R. Kelly. That one weird
Free
chick that
Rob, free Rob. We pro R. Kelly, Chicago.
so that one weird chick that threw me off. That I know you guys are shy town, but boo. So that one weird chick that spoke up, it's like it's not really about one person. It just might be that one person is the loudest, or media loves bullshit. They're gonna go with the one that's the most juiciest, that has the most gruesome details, but what it really boils down to is like the smallest, simplest detail that this person has been doing it for so long. We are now detecting that he is a pattern and a problem in society. So if they can just find one thing that's a crime in there, that's really all they need. So
Okay,
Cassie's
let me
testimony
get
is
some personal.
Mhm.
Let me get some. We gonna get away from fact for a second, right? I'm gonna
Okay.
get your personal opinion as a
Okay.
woman. He got with her. I think he's 17 years older than her. He got with her when he was 19. When she was 19.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
He was 19 and she was 37.
He
That's horrible.
he was 17 years older than her. And she was 19.
I don't know the math, but I know she was 19 and he was 37 when they met. And when they started dating officially, she was 22. So that would have put him at 40.
So is something
I
wrong with that?
I don't know what a 40-year-old man and a 22-year-old female could sit down and talk about and have in common other than sex, which is why that was the basis of their relationship. There is nothing like there are people who are mature, but when you want to be like, hey, you remember this TV show or you remember this song? No matter how experienced you are, if you weren't alive for it, you just weren't alive. So at some point, like what do you connect on? So I feel like unless you and this we'll go back to R. Kelly. R. Kelly, I guess he had learning disables and basically the mental capacity of a 15-year-old. So not that it's right, but I understood why he gravitated towards minors because he couldn't converse and hold conversations with grown women. And there are a lot of men who like I encounter them on a regular basis. I'm smart, I'm articulate, and I'm mature. There's not a lot of men who could handle having conversations with me where it doesn't get disrespectful and they start swearing and cussing just because they feel like they need to get their point across. On a
Let
regular
me.
basis, used to
Yeah,
it. So with
yeah.
that, it's like the power dynamic of you being 40 and her being 22. You have to ask yourself, like, what are you getting from that as a 40-year-old man? I understand what a
I know.
22-year-old girl can.
I think I
Huh?
know what he getting. Hold on. Let me check in with the streets. We got my guy Papa Mac in the building. He said, I think I think he got his karma back, especially if he got away with his wife coming up missing. Allegedly,
Exactly.
she got
Exactly.
caught for bringing out a book.
Shout out to
Um,
Kim. I forgot about that as well too. Exactly.
but these charges are some bull. Okay, let me say this. I got one more question for you before I say what I'm going to say.
Hmm.
What's better, a new car or a used car with a bunch of miles?
Depends on the type of car it is.
So you'll
Um,
take a used car with a bunch of miles, beat up, cigarette holes burnt all in the seat,
if that
fart
if
smell.
that's what, but okay, what are we comparing that to? Because just because
I'm
a
just
woman's in
asking
her
you,
30s or 40s,
what's better than
no, because it hold on. That's implying that every grown woman is used, beat up, and every young girl is a Ferrari. No, it's
no,
not.
you
You
got
got
cousin,
12-year-old
you
hoes.
got you got old schools. You got some nice old schools that been
If
modified.
I'm to be honest, I feel like girls under the age of 25 right now are doing way more than any grown woman is doing. Those are the ones that you can piss in their mouth and do all kind of fuck shit to.
So if
You
they under
can't.
20, if they under
Huh?
25, you think they girls?
I
They ain't a
do.
woman.
Those are girls. No, they're
Okay.
not. They're women. They're women to men because their titties develop. But I'll ask you this, right?
Right.
Why are men attracted to young girls that look like grown women instead of just getting a grown woman? You like her because her body
Hold
is
on.
developed.
If it's a man
Yeah.
that's dealing with a girl that looks like a grown woman, he should be arrested. Now, if they 20
When I
something,
say girl, I mean a young lady, not a
okay,
minor, a young lady, right? Why be with a 19-year-old who looks like she's 27 instead of getting a 27-year-old? Because
because
as soon as they're ripe and they start getting developed, you're not attracted to her because
I
she
can
looks
only
like,
speak I can only speak for me. I can't speak for
right,
anybody else. But
right,
I don't know what, like, if I somebody 19, 20, 25, whatever, they can get cracked. I definitely crack them. But
yeah,
I can't build a life with nobody that young because
right,
I don't feel like playing school every day, teaching them how to do this, how to do that.
exactly.
But on another hand, I've seen some people that meet these same young women and they want to marry them, and,
Yeah,
and they got no problem arguing with them and teaching them stuff. And like, I don't get that why some people want to do that.
that's a lack of maturity. Those are the type of men. Like, there are times, just like I can personally say, I've never dated a white man per se, but I'm not against it, right?
Right.
So if I happen to find someone who we just click and he just so happens to be white, that's cool. So it's the same thing for age. If you so happen to just be attracted to a 22-year-old and you just click and she just so happens to be 22, that's fine. But when it's a consistent pattern, it's a choice. So then it's like, why are you choosing that as opposed to choosing this? I feel like a lot of times we're putting the pressure on the young girl and saying, why is the young girl going with it? As opposed to, why is this grown man approaching these young girls like that?
Man,
Because,
goes down. Sometimes I be at the club popping bottles, minding my business, and they come to me with this. I don't
and
come.
then you smush them in the forehead. Because to me,
That's
I get these
abuse.
little, I'd
That's
rather
abuse.
take the abuse charge than pedophilia claims. But,
How is this? How is this pedophilia with a 25-year-old?
okay, if the child, I'm going to call it a child, because I look at it like this. If the person is old enough to be your child, it's pedophilic behavior to me. It's because it's not just pedophilia to me is not just somebody wanting to fuck a 5-year-old. It's that 50-year-old, it's Shannon Sharp. Because to me, what it says is if the government said that the legal age of consent was 12, men would be saying, well, she's 12, so she's old enough. At some point, just because the government says it's right, doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. It's about morale. But we as a society have been conditioned to believe an 18-year-old female is grown enough to understand the implications of whatever she's doing and how it's going to affect the rest of her life. So we'll go back to the used car now and why I said I don't have a problem with a used car. How did that car get used?
And
If
abused.
right, by some grown man. So the cycle repeats itself. So he now, because women are breeding themselves. So if you get, let's say she's 35 with 4 kids, somebody gave her those kids. That means there's some nigga or niggas out there with kids as well too. Why
Right.
do grown men that are feel like, because y'all get washed up as well too, if we're talking about washed up, right? Men need blue pills and Viagra and all that shit. So if we're getting technical, why does a man, and I'm not saying all, but why
Right.
does a man who has 5 kids,
Right.
4 baby mothers,
Right.
can barely fuck, can barely last a round or two, around at that, why does he feel he deserves a Ferrari? That's the
Simple.
question.
Because he can leave them 5 kids with the mama and get him a honey pack, and he like no. So that's why
So
he get.
therefore, he's immature, is my point. The only type of men that are going to do some shit like that are immature men.
You can't you
Because
can't mix selfish. You can't mix selfish with immature.
No, it's the same thing
Because
because
just because your kids don't live with you, don't make you immature.
no, it's not about your kids not living with you. But my thing is this:
And just because you got to use
you
the honey pack, don't make you immature.
no, but maturity comes with this. How could you date somebody who could potentially be dating your child? That's messy. Like that's just weird to
If
me.
they
So
grown.
mature.
Okay, let me
Huh?
ask you this before I get in these streets, because I see you got the streets rambling. I just see all.
I can imagine.
Before, before we get in these streets, I know they want to ask you something,
They
but
go eat you
before we get
alive.
to you street people, I know y'all don't want to talk to me. Y'all want to talk to her, but I just got to ask you this.
Yeah,
So you think Tupac was a child or a young man?
a young man. But
Okay, he was
I
25 when he
feel
died.
hold on. But I feel like when I was a kid, Tupac seemed so much older than now that I'm a grown up. He
Okay.
was 25 years old. Biggie was 24. To me, like if a 24, 23, 22, 24 year old try to approach me as a female, I would look at him like a kid, like a young nigga. Tupac just had a
But
very
because you
mhm.
look at them like that, doesn't mean they was a kid. So Tupac could have easily been messing with somebody 40 years old, I think, and it wouldn't have been no disconnect there.
I don't think I'll agree with that only because Tupac had a very rare level of maturity. Not every 25-year-old was as mature as Tupac. So that's
But
a one,
but
just like
I agree with you. You got some that mature quicker than others. I
right.
agree with you all
Just
the
like
way.
there's some females, like you have some age gap. Like I'm on TikTok all the time and I see these young girls that are 25, their husband is 40, and it works for them. It's not there is no right or wrong. It's the intent. Like if you are going to marry somebody with the intent of essentially grooming them, but in a negative way, then you're a fucked up individual. If Diddy, like we'll go back to Diddy. Diddy had this 19-year-old beautiful girl who was basically reminiscent of Aaliyah. She just needed to learn how to dance. All
Uh-huh.
they had to do, that same time that he
Let's not
spent doing
forget,
free,
Aaliyah was dating an older man too.
I know, and that's fucked up. That's why R. Kelly's in jail. But we'll say, and Dame is a weirdo as well too. But we'll get that. But what I'm saying is, um, that time that he spent doing freak offs, he could have
Right.
been putting Cassie in artist development. He could have had her booked and busy. He could have had her in
Why would
modeling
he
and
go
runway
for
and
all
all
that
that
when
shit.
he's trying to freak off? I don't get it. If he's
Wait,
trying to
what?
freak off, who got time for to be doing all this artist development and stuff?
You're not understanding what I'm saying. So me, I'm saying as an older man, the way that I would be okay if you're dating a younger girl is if you were investing into her to better her life. Whoops. Hold on. As opposed to trying to leave her destroyed, bitter, and angry at 35 like all the other women you're not attracted to. You can't
But
be the
but why is it
problem.
your job? Why is it a man's job to invest in a woman they just trying to have sex with?
Well, first of all, I feel, well, if you're just trying to sleep with me, you owe me something. There's that. So
A
I
federal
don't know how
crime.
to put.
We
What
got
the
a
hell do you
federal.
mean? You think I'm just giving you this
Nah,
pussy for like? There's got to be something. Women don't just.
you
So,
owe me
and I'm not saying monetary, but it's like this. Like I'm in the industry, right? So
right.
I wouldn't date somebody just because they can do something for me. I prefer to date somebody who's outside of the industry. But if I'm dating a producer, for example, why would he not be making beats for me? Like, why the hell
Oh,
are we
when you
not
date the
investing?
producer, it's over. You can forget about it. I
No,
I
it's
haven't seen
drama.
that work yet. I haven't seen that work yet.
It
But
doesn't. But here,
you
hold
end up
on.
like Cassie. You get end up
But
getting
here,
beat on.
here's my
I'm
that's my
just
point. So that's my point. Hold on. The reason why it doesn't happen is because there becomes an ego struggle or a power and dynamics where you have a lot of men that date women that they're envious of. She's getting more attention than me. Everybody wants that whole Beyonce and Jay-Z type of lifestyle, but they didn't realize
what's
at
the
some
age
point,
difference there?
horrible. But at some
Wait,
point,
what's the age difference there?
I don't really know how old either one of them are, but I
I think
know.
they got like 10 years. I know.
No, it's more than that. I think it's 13. I believe
Okay.
Beyonce was 20 and he was, I think, 37. It was roughly about the same shit.
Okay.
It's
So
rough.
now what's wrong with that? He got the $1 billion
He invested in
bond.
her. So here, you answered your own question. Like I said, if you're gonna get a young girl, invest in her. If Diddy did what he was supposed to do, he could have had a Beyonce instead of a lawsuit. So Jay-Z is like a lot of hood niggas. He saw a pretty young light-skinned girl. He could have put her in the strip club. He could have pimped her out. He said, "I'm gonna put you on stage and get you to work."
He was getting
And
her own money though. She was already getting money when
she
they were.
was. She was, but as an adamant Destiny's Child fan, we know the real. Beyonce was getting her ass whooped because they got rid of our two favorites, which were Latavia and Latoya. The real hood girls, the black girls, we liked those girls. We didn't care about Beyonce. Beyonce became Beyonce when Jay-Z invested into her as a woman, and she even thanked him at one of her. There's some video of her thanking him for making her become a woman because Beyonce was just this little country girl. We see her as
What
Beyonce.
about Cassie? She was already getting money when she got with Diddy. She was already
Ca-
established.
Cassie was with, was it Ryan Leslie, and then they
Yeah,
remixed the song.
successful
She
model.
was
She was
right. She was
already
getting, but
getting
Cassie didn't come from the hood, so Cassie's not used to those caliber of tactics, which is why her dad, if Cassie was some black girl from the hood, Puffy's ass would have been beat the first time he put his hands on her. But because it was some random Filipino people that didn't really know anything, a lot
Oh,
of
she
times,
black
like,
and Filipino?
her mom is Filipino and black, and then I think her dad is Mexican. No, one of them is full Filipino and one is Mexican and black.
Okay, Diddy. I see why you got took down. Okay, Diddy, you
Right. So here's my
educated.
thing. Y'all be making those jokes, but here's my thing. I think what a lot of black women, so many black women, what I would say to take away from this case is you got a lot of black women that feel envious of biracial women or the others when they're with black men. But Cassie's case showed that the preference doesn't get treated any better sometimes either. Like because a lot of him playing her up with, was it Kim Porter, was her complexion, her being dark skinned, and nobody knew what Cassie was actually going through behind the scenes. So I feel like that was very strategic because he tried to do that shit with J Lo and the Puerto Ricans weren't having it. I think he was very strategic in that he knew there's not a big Asian presence in the community. She's an
Okay, let's
outsider.
get to
So,
something because I want to make sure I get into your personal business.
okay.
We gonna get him a good more time. People in the streets, come on with it, y'all. I'm gonna get y'all. I come on with it, but let me ask you this: far as the freak offs today, she was cross examined. Today she was cross examined, right? And they asked her. They read Texas. It's like they're trying to hold on. Let me bring my boy up. I'm gonna bring you up, Diddy. I got a rep for you, Diddy.
I'm
Today
dead.
prove you did it. Today prove you did it. Okay, so they read the Texas, and from the Texas, it seemed like she had no problem. She had no problem with it. She said stuff like, she said, "We can do a freak off whenever you want, and I'll order everything we need. The candles, set the room up." This is her own words. These is Texas that she sent to
Right.
him.
Right.
And she also said she wanted to see him have sex with women. And she said she skipped her period. She can do a freak off. I don't know what skip her period mean. She said she skipped her period. She can
He
do.
was
They can.
making her do freak offs while she was on her period.
She said, but she's the one saying, "Let's do it." She also
Right.
said, she said, she in one text she said, "I love you, a lot of dicks and plenty of parties." And he said, something wrong with you? You're sick." And she said, "Oh, I'm just playing." This is what she's saying. So this is what I want to know.
Hmm.
If sh Is she just a hoe? Is she just a freak? That's what I want to know.
I
Is
think
this
he groomed her
all
into being a freak. To me, that sounds like somebody who wants to do whatever she can to please an abusive partner. Like, it's hard to explain it until you know women who are like that. I know women who were groomed into believe like if I don't do this, he gonna knock me out. He's gonna bust my teeth out. He's gonna do this. So he conditioned her in a way to speak where you want to please him.
how
But
scared of him is she though? When she was messing with other dudes, he caught her cheating with Kid Cudi. The dude she ended up marrying
it
was
wasn't
bringing her.
necessarily cheating. It wasn't cheating. She was trying to get the fuck away from him at those
No,
points.
she was cheating with Kid
No,
Cudi. He
no,
went to
she
her
was trying to get
phone.
away from it. She was no. It was
No, she
only
didn't just
cheating.
run and leave with him.
It was
He went through
only
her
cheating.
phone.
Hold on. It was only cheating because Diddy refused to let her go. Just like with Kim. Hold on. Kim Porter said the same thing. J Lo. We all watched in real time. Puffy stalked the hell out of J Lo every opportunity that he could get. I need a girl to ride, ride. He never
How's
left
that
that girl alone.
stalking?
So
How's that
some
stalking? Because you
niggas.
made a song. You tell to
Are
play the
you kidding
captain.
me? Do you understand how unflattering that is? If I don't want to be with you and then you recruit all your fucking friends in the industry to go make a damn song about it, like, nigga, I said no. So
That was the
the problem,
hits.
a whole pattern of women are saying the same thing about Diddy. They've broken up with him, but he won't break up with them. So the only way to do that is to run to another man that you feel is gonna protect you.
But she
Cassie was trying
went and
to.
got married. How much
Right.
stalking?
And then that was
Let me
that.
tell you something.
She never cheated
I get
on.
stalked
She
by
never.
several women. I'm getting stalked as we
Right.
speak. I'm watching stuff pop up on my screen as we speak.
But you could
That's
take every
stalking.
last one of those women down if you wanted to. You're not scared of none of them, Unc.
I am. I am.
Whatever.
So this
I
is
mean,
so
I know
stalking is
Chicago
real.
has some grimy
Stalking.
ones, so let me take that back. But for the most part, there's no. If Oprah Winfrey was stalking you right now, there's nothing you could do about it. We are forgetting Diddy is a billionaire with multiple resources.
Oprah
Like,
Winfrey might have to stalk me. I would stalk her.
right. Until she's like, yeah, okay, now let me ask you this. If Oprah Winfrey, looking the way she looks right now, right?
Right.
If Oprah was like, you could be my boy toy, but you
I'll
gotta
do
eat
it.
my
I'll do it.
hold on. You gotta eat my ass every time I finish taking a shit without me wiping it first. You gonna do it?
No, I ain't eat no shit. It's a lot of
All
stuff I
right
eat
then.
for a dollar, but I ain't eat no
All
shit.
right then. So that's what you see. You spoke too soon, but
Conan,
I'll do it. All on record.
I'm
You
trying to
already
acknowledge
said
what
you're
you're
gonna do
asking, but do you hear what she just asked me? Will I eat shit for
it. You
money?
already said
This is
what
what
you
I
said.
want to know. Who would Rick? I see you. Forget everything I said. Would y'all eat it if Oprah was giving y'all some money? That's what we want to know. Before I
Say it
speak.
again.
That's all I want to know. Would y'all eat it? Let me know. But before we go any further, before you go any further, I gotta screen you before this is over. And screening means what city and state are you from?
I am from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yo. So if we in Toronto, this is a hierarchy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just like y'all.
How do you phrase this? We usually say if we in the hood and we in your hood and we want to get something to eat, where should we go? So where would we go to if we want to come to Toronto and get something to eat? Where would you send us to? We'd be like, oh wow, that's the best ever.
Good question. If you want Caribbean food, I would say Jerk King.
So
Um,
Jerk
the
King,
Jerk
man.
King. Yeah, there's different
Mess up the
locations.
jerk. I'm cool with
Yeah.
that. What's your favorite three hood movies?
Hood movies. Friday,
Friday.
Boys in the Hood, and
Boy,
Set It Off.
set it off. Same stuff that these Americans be saying. Okay. Now since you a dope singer, I've been
Hmm.
I've been blessed to hear your music, see her live. Y'all check her out too. Y'all check her out. It's like she on YouTube, she on everything. Alicia Cinnamon, y'all. Alicia Cinnamon.
Okay.
Um, Rick and Conan said they would eat that ass if they was broke. They might not say it that. I might be lying on them. But Alicia Sentiment. Alicia Sentiment.
Hey,
So
you listening? We don't judge.
I need three artists that inspired you.
Lauren Hill,
Lauryn Hill,
Nina Simone,
Nina Simone,
Tanya Stevens. She's a reggae artist.
Tanya Stevens.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you about Canada, right? What's the music scene like in Canada?
Um, Good question. There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of talent. I guess the best way I can describe it is y'all don't hate me, but there was a point in time on the Billboard charts, the top 5 artists were all Canadian.
Like who?
Weekend,
Tell us.
The Weekend, Bieber, The Weekend, Bieber, Drake, Tory Lanez, and Alyssa Cara. So
No.
in terms of talent, Toronto, like because it's such a hard place to make it from,
Right.
people are really good. Like I'm not even just speaking for myself. Like we got a lot of amazing artists because we still have to perform over like you can't perform over live tracks in Toronto. You'll get booed off the stage. You got to perform over your vocal or instrumental, a
Right.
live band, or a real performance track. No mixing, no full master tracks, none of that shit. You got to know your lyrics. None of that. Your microphone can't be down at the side. None of that shit. So it's a lot more tight in the sense that if you actually get out, I personally, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, I feel like we are a little bit more polished. So then you get like people like Drake. But we don't have many media outlets. So there's you have like your scene, like I'm pretty much everywhere. So a lot of people know me, but there's no like only recently and maybe since COVID that we started getting like more podcasts and our version of like TMZ and stuff like that, but we just need more people to know about
How
us.
do
And
they
then
treat the indie artists? Like if I'm over there and an indie artist, how can I make money? Do I have to have a big following or what?
no, so for us, I've learned it's a lot easier as a Canadian indie artist to make it money than an American indie artist because we don't pay to be on shows out here. Like I charge to be on shows when I'm in Canada. We don't have that. Like if I put on shows and events, and I've never in my mind until I started going to Atlanta ever thought to charge an artist to perform at an open mic.
Right.
So that is a huge difference. And so a lot of artists will put on their own shows and make their own money. Like if you're doing an event and you can bring in 25 people into that person's event, rather than pay the promoter for 25 people or give the promoter,
Right.
money for 25 tickets, you put on your own show. So we have that. And the venues, they do a lot of hand in hand with us. There's a lot of festivals. We get paid for our festivals. We don't pay to be on them. We get paid
So
to be.
do you have to be established or you can be just up and coming? You just
even
got to be
some of
talented.
the even some of like the lower tier artists, they'll still like even if they don't pay you, they're not gonna charge you.
Right.
They'll you give it an opportunity for you to have your free exposure. But if you're a lower tier artist, you might still get like $100, $200 for your transportation. If you're, a medium independent, whatever, you might get a couple thousand or whatnot just to pay on your status. But we also have grants. So we don't have like major record labels like y'all do. I think we're kind of branching now with Universal, but we don't have like hate to say it. This was always my favorite reference. Now it sucks. But I used to always say we don't have a Canadian version of Bad Boy. I think that might be a good thing now, but at the time we don't have like urban record labels. Like in order to make it big, you got to do like the Avril Lavigne's and all that like heavy metal, like Bare Naked Ladies. You got all these big heavy metal or pop rock artists
Right.
that are major. The Shania
So
Twains, the Celine Dion.
something
But in
else.
terms, pardon me.
How did you get into music though?
My dad, he was a popular DJ back in the days, so he's always like kind of versed me into it. And then my major break was I used to sing at like weddings and funerals, and then I had sang at a funeral that was like a really big deal in Toronto. When I left the funeral, I went to the studio to write a song to kind of preserve his memory, and I sent it to the family. And then our local news stations picked up on it, and it just kind of like catapulted me into a spotlight, where I just was like my music. I kind of was using it more as a space to um, what's the word? Like be an advocate, really. And then now it started getting played on the radio and just started making it international and went from there. So it's very like authentic. Like there was no plan or whatever. It just really organically built
I want you to
itself.
know you just got lucky because it's starting to break up a little bit, and I was finna have you give us like a few notes because I
Hmm.
can't just brag on you to everybody and they don't, and I can't prove it right there. But since it's
Oh,
breaking up a little bit, you might be lucky. It would have been nice to get a good song. You really
I mean,
are a natural singer. You really got it. So I
thank you,
guess we'll
thank you.
send them to your music. But I need to get something from you before you get out of here before we run out of time. I need you to give me a hood
Hmm.
hierarchy drop. I need you to hold on. Let me get how I want it. I need you to shout out hood hierarchy. Tell us where you from and tell us who you are, so I can run it in the credits like you seen earlier.
Okay. What up, y'all? It's your girl Alicia Cinnamon, aka Toronto's favorite spice, and I want to shout out Hood Hierarchy all the way from Canada. Y'all are worldwide. You see it?
Now that's a drop, y'all. That's the drop. That's a drop right there. I love it. So back to you. We still rocking. We still got time. Oh no! First, tell them where to find you at. Tell them where to find you
So you can find me on Instagram at Alicia underscore cinnamon underscore promo page. So Alicia Cinnamon promo page. My YouTube is Real Alicia Cinnamon. I'm on pretty much all streaming platforms. It just depends on your favorite. Me personally, I'm more of a YouTube person, but Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, all of that. And my Facebook, I have several of them, but it's all just Alicia Cinnamon.
at. There we go. Now I want you to tell these people something, right? Up until I ain't gonna say recently, but it was a while. What was your image of Chicago? How did you think Chicago was?
You gonna make them clowny in the comments.
Nah, they
So
need to hear.
the only thing that we knew about Chicago until, for me personally, until maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, really, was Family Matters. So I always just thought it was like suburban black families that, had a little 1-2 encounter, but I really just thought like shit, not shit was sweet, but I thought it was more of like, I don't know, like Oregon. So then I think I got introduced to like King Von and stuff like that and kind of realized like, wait a minute. Um, but in terms of what I ended up finding out, like in doing my homework and research, in terms of landscape and culture, I haven't been to Chicago, but in terms of your building, what do you call it? The skyline, the layout and all that stuff. Like apparently either Toronto was designed after Chicago or Chicago was designed after Toronto. So I found that pretty interesting.
I'm
And
sure
we got the
Toronto.
same,
I'm sure
huh?
Toronto was designed after Chicago because everything in the world follows Chicago. Everything.
Is that right?
Look at the Pope. Look at the
I
Pope.
think, oh, yeah, shout out to the Black Pope. Y'all be trying to make him black so badly. He's like, I'm not a
Yeah.
nigger.
He one of the guys. He one of the guys. He one of the guys.
He said, no, put me in that bag. But that's
That's
cool that he was
crazy.
from Chicago. That's hella interesting. I didn't think there was popes in Chicago or America. I don't know. I thought they all were born in the
I
Vatican.
gotta ask you something else before you get out of here. What
Hmm.
made you start coming to Atlanta to do your music? Like, what made you come to America instead of doing it over there?
More opportunities. Especially Atlanta. Like for me, before I even started doing music, I'm really big on Black culture, and we
Right.
don't have historically Black colleges in Canada. We don't have Black suburbs. Like we don't like. It's very mixed, which can be good, but I needed to be in a space with for who I am and the type of person I am. I wanted to just be around like all black people for a moment. So my dream was always to go to Spelman, and then I got an opportunity to go there and do like a tour, and I performed at the Sweet Auburn Music Festival. Shout out to them. And just like between them playing my music and getting on radio like overnight, like so much happened within like a week. Like every time I go to Atlanta, I'm only supposed to be there for like a week, and then it ends up being like 2 weeks or a month. And then it's like somebody has to call me back home and tell me to come back home. So I just feel like I got more done when I was in Atlanta, and the people really understood the grind.
I
Um,
got another one for you.
yeah.
I keep on saying Drake or Kendrick. That's a no brainer. But this is what I want to know. How do y'all feel about they not like us? His message and they not like us. How do Toronto feel about that?
Well, no radio station plays that song. At all. They wouldn't even give out Kendrick tickets on the radio station. They were mad as hell. um, it's offensive because it's such an ignorant, dumbass message that created a division amongst your allies. Like we're not white. Oppressors. You know, where like Harriet Tubman lived in Canada. Like I was saying, like Uncle Tom's Cabin is in Canada. Like I've actually been to Josiah Henson, Uncle Tom. I've been to his actual house where he lived. Who was it? Frederick Douglass. All of them lived in Canada. So it was such an ignorant message to relay to make it seem like there's a disconnect between Black Canadians and Black Americans because I literally there like every 2 weeks. And if I don't tell you I'm from Toronto, unless you're a person who's really versed on accents, and if I choose not to put on my twang and start calling people nigga, like
Right. When you told me you was from Canada, I said, nigga, get out of here.
right, exactly. So if I don't tell people that, nobody really knows. So that should go to show you, like, do I not look black to you? Like, you know what I mean? So it was very, for somebody that was supposed to be as educated as he is, and especially in the black community, I feel like he played up on the ignorance of those that didn't have as much education as him. And so now you have, like, I was fighting for my life a couple of times I went to America. I would be walking into a club, and as soon as I walk in, you hear dun, 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 I'm like, really, guys? Like, I'm a girl. Y'all picking on me? Like, what the fuck? And I just like, I be fighting like for my life, and I'm like, do I not look black? Like, what the fuck do you think blackness is? So I think it was stupid, it was ignorant, and I feel like it was so much deeper than what people realize. I personally think Kendrick was a plant for Universal Music Group to take down Drake because Drake was looking for almost $1 billion from Universal Music Group, and they wanted to bring down his monetary value. So you found a puppet who was envious of this tall, light skinned dude that had the world. You have to be a jealous motherfucker to do some shit like that. So you found somebody who was envious enough to play the role. My question is this: when you Universal Music Group, because they done killed Angie Stone and everybody else, when they're done with Kendrick, who's gonna take him seriously. Like if he came up with a lawsuit right now and said, "Oh, Universal's fucking with me," nobody's gonna listen to you because you did the same thing to Drake. So I feel like he backed his own self up in a wall.
Before we go, I'm gonna just say this. I'll give my take on Kendrick after the BET Awards. Since I'm going to LA, I don't have nothing to say about it. but
Don't kill me right now.
but
We love Kendrick.
hey, but we gotta have you back. Me and you locked in. We've been talking about this. I'm glad we really did put a lot of work in today because we put in a lot of work. People don't understand the work that go into doing this, so I really appreciate you. But before you get out of here, everybody, this is Alicia Cinnamon. Follow her on everything. Find her on everything. Y'all hit that like. Y'all hit that cash app. I appreciate you. But we only. Oh, and everybody, after this is over, leave a comment. That helps put us in the algorithm. Leave a comment on the after this is over. Once I hit in, leave a comment, leave a 100, leave anything. Young Rick, Kona, whoever there, Quavo in the building, overdose music, leave a comment. So now, with that being said, we end every show one way only. I say, what's the hood? You tell us what your hood is, and we out here. So we want to know where you're from. What's the hood?
Toronto.